Then the bandit Angulimala thought, "It is wonderful, it is marvelous. Formerly I could catch up even with a swift elephant and seize it. I could catch up even with a swift horse and seize it. I could catch up even with a swift chariot and seize it. I could catch up even with a swift deer and seize it. But now, though I am walking as fast as I cannot catch up with this recluse who is walking at his normal pace." He stopped and called out to the Blessed One, "Stop, recluse! Stop, recluse!" And the Buddha said, "I have stopped, Angulimala. You stop too." Then the bandit Angulimala thought, "These recluses, sons of the Sakyans, speak the truth, assert truth. But though this recluse is still walking, he says, 'I have stopped, Angulimala. You stop too.' Suppose I question this recluse." Then the bandit Angulimala addressed the Blessed One in stanzas thus: "While you are walking, recluse, you tell me you have stopped. But now, when I have stopped, you say I have not stopped. I ask you now, O recluse, about the meaning. How is it that you have stopped and I have not?" "Angulimala, you have stopped. I have stopped forever. I abstain from violence towards living beings, but you have no restraint towards things that live. That is why I have stopped and you have not. Oh, at long last, this recluse, a venerated sage, has come to this great forest for my sake. Having heard your stanza teaching me the Dhamma, I will indeed renounce evil forever." So saying, the bandit took his sword and weapon and flung them in a gaping chasm's pit. The bandit worshipped the Sublime One's feet, and then and there asked for the going forth. The Enlightened One, the sage of great compassion, the teacher of the world with all its gods, addressed him with these words, "Come, monk," and that was how he came to be a monk. Then the Blessed One set out to wander back to Savatthi with Angulimala as his attendant. Wandering by stages, he eventually arrived at Savatthi, and there he lived at Savatthi in Jeta's Grove, Anathapindika's park. Stop here for a while. So the Buddha told him, "I have stopped killing living beings. It also implies, I have stopped turning on the round of rebirths. But because you are still creating a lot of unwholesome karma, you have not stopped from the round of rebirths." So when Angulimala went to pay homage to the Buddha, although it's not mentioned here, possibly the Buddha taught him the Dhamma. And having heard the Dhamma, he wanted to become a monk. Okay. Before long, dwelling alone, withdrawn, diligent, ardent and resolute, the Venerable Angulimala, by realizing for himself with direct knowledge, here now entered upon and abided in that supreme goal of the holy life, for the sake of which clansmen rightly go forth from the home life into homelessness. He directly knew birth is destroyed, the holy life has been lived, what had to be done has been done. There is no more coming to any state of being. And the Venerable Angulimala became one of the arahants. Then when it was morning, Venerable Angulimala dressed, and taking his bowl and outer robe, went into Savatthi for alms. Now on that occasion, someone threw a cloth and it hit the Venerable Angulimala's body. Someone else threw a stick and hit his body. Someone else threw a potsherd and hit his body. Then with blood running from his cut head, with his bowl broken, and with his outer robe torn, the Venerable Angulimala went to the Blessed One. The Blessed One saw him coming in the distance and told him, "Bear it, Brahmana, bear it, Brahmana. You are experiencing here and now the result of deeds because of which you might have been tortured in hell for many years, for many hundreds of years, for many thousands of years." I'll stop here for a moment. So here, you see, even after he became enlightened, he still has to pay for his karma. Because he had killed so many people, some people whose relations were killed by him, they have a grudge against him. So when they know that this person was the former bandit, when he went on alms round, some people would beat him with a stick or throw a potsherd, part of a pot at him, and sometimes hit his head. So I don't know how many times this happened. This must have happened many times because he killed so many people. So even when a person becomes liberated, becomes an arahant, karma still follows him. Karma vipaka. Then while the Venerable Angulimala was alone in retreat, experiencing the bliss of deliverance, he uttered this exclamation, "Who once did live in negligence, and then is negligent no more, he illuminates the world like the moon freed from a cloud. Who checks the evil deeds he did by doing wholesome deeds instead, he illuminates the world like the moon freed from a cloud. The youthful monk who devotes his efforts to the Buddha's teaching, he illuminates the world like the moon freed from a cloud. Let my enemies hear discourse on the Dhamma. Let them be devoted to the Buddha's teaching. Let my enemies wait on those good people who lead others to accept the Dhamma. Let my enemies give ear from time to time and hear the Dhamma of those who preach forbearance, of those who speak as well in praise of kindness, and let them follow up their Dhamma with kind deeds. For surely then they would not wish to harm me, nor would they think of harming other beings. So those who would protect all, frail or strong, let them attain the all-surpassing peace. Conduit makers guide the water, fletchers straighten out the arrow shaft, carpenters straighten out the timber, but wise men seek to tame themselves. There are some that tame with beatings, some with goads and some with whips. But I was tamed by such alone, who has no rod nor any weapon. Harmless is the name I bear, though I was dangerous in the past. The name I bear today is true. I hurt no living being at all. And though I once lived as a bandit, with the name of Angulimala, for one whom the great flood swept along, I went for refuge to the Buddha. And though I once was bloody-handed, with the name of Finger Garland, see the refuge I have found, the bond of being has been cut. While I did many deeds that lead to rebirth in the evil realms, yet the result has reached me now, and so I eat free from death. They are fools and have no sense, who give themselves to negligence, but those of wisdom guard diligence and treat it as the greatest good. Do not give way to negligence, nor seek delight in sensual pleasures, but meditate with diligence so as to reach the perfect bliss. So welcome to that choice of mine, and let it stand. It was not ill made. Of all the Dhammas known to men, I have come to the very best. So welcome to that choice of mine, and let it stand. It was not ill made. I have attained the triple knowledge and done all that the Buddhas teaches. That's the end of the sutta. So in the end, he praised the Buddha and the renunciants who walk the holy life. Ordinary people, they lead a life of negligence, indulging in sensual pleasures. So just like the Chinese saying, Tao Ti Boi Kho, whereas monks, Tao Kho Boi Ti. For ordinary people, we enjoy first, and then you pay later with tears. Life, when you enjoy, just like a credit card, nothing is free in this world. In the end, you have to pay for it. Whereas people who lead the holy life, you suffer first, but in the end is sweet. When we are young, we don't realize the value of the Dhamma. We don't realize the value of the spiritual path. When we are old, then only we regret when we had the chance to practice. We did not take the chance. A lot of people, they don't realize in life many things come your way just once. As you grow old, then you realize many things come our way just once. A few years ago, there was a man who came here for retreat, and he came only once, stayed 2 weeks, and he didn't appreciate. Then he left and never came back again. 4 years later, when he came back just to tell me he had cancer. It's too late, terminal cancer. He told me one thing he regret in life. He didn't come back to to do retreats. And that was too late. After he just came all the way from Kuala Lumpur just to tell me that. After that, he went back. About 2 weeks later, he passed away. So life is so uncertain. You don't know how long is your life. If you know how long is your life, you won't be negligent, like Angulimala says. A lot of people are negligent. You always think we have time, but actually we don't have time. Okay, end here. If there are any questions, you can ask. Oh yes, I believe Angulimala has very good karma from the past. That's why the Buddha went to him. Secondly, I can tell you, many years ago when I was in Penang, I had one devotee who was a close supporter of mine, and he told me about a man he knows who used to be a gangster. And this man, in his younger days, being a gangster, was involved in gang fights, and he killed 2 men with his own hand, stabbed 2 men to death. Now he was old already, maybe 50 or something. So he's quite a different person. So he told this devotee he saw this devotee of mine coming to learn the Dhamma and learning meditation and doing offerings to monks and all these things. So he also became interested. He also joined him. And then he went to the meditation center to learn meditation. Initially, when he learned meditation, he seemed to progress. And then as he progressed, come to a certain stage, as he went into his mind, then he experienced the whole mind turning in dark force, turning. So he was so frightened, he stopped meditating. Because a lot of things are deep in our subconsciousness. So as we meditate, as we go deeper into our mind, then a lot of memories start to come up. So because of his killing somebody, this evil karma is deep inside his subconscious. So when he meditates deeper, it comes to haunt him. So he was so afraid he could not. He had to give up meditation. So you can imagine somebody like Angulimala, when he meditated, I'm sure all these people that he killed will come to haunt him. So he has to exert a strong will to overcome all these. Each one of us, we have different unwholesome states buried inside us, these kilesas. So like for somebody like Angulimala is very extreme. But he knows he has to fight it, because if he doesn't fight it, he knows hell is waiting for him. If he does not become an Arya, he will have to go to hell and pay for many hundreds of thousands of years. So because of that fear, he strove very hard. In spite of somebody like him, it will be extremely difficult to strive on the spiritual path. Much more difficult than other people. All these obstacles will come to him. You see, like even when he goes Pindabat, people will beat him. He has to stand it. Come back with the head bloody and all these things. And but the worst is the meditation, because when he meditates, goes into his mind, all these things come up. So because he put so much effort, finally became enlightened. It needs a superhuman effort for him to attain that liberation.